I'm Jezreel from the Customer Success Team at Consultare Inc. Group. Last week, we covered the food safety and quality policy as required under BRCGS Clause 1.1.1 within the Senior Management Commitment and Continual Improvement. This week, we will focus on food safety and quality culture plan under BRCGS Clause 1.1.2. This requirement emphasizes that senior management must establish and maintain a structured plan to develop and continually improve the organization's food safety and quality culture. This includes setting clear activities, communication channels, training, behavioral expectations, and performance measures that engage all employees in maintaining product safety. Understanding this requirement is vital because it ensures that food safety becomes an organization-wide value driven by leadership, promoting consistency, accountability, and continual improvement in compliance with BRCGS standards. This free training session is sponsored by Consultare Inc. Group, a compliance company. Founded in 2007, we began by assisting businesses with U.S. import and export compliance and have since evolved into a global provider of food safety, quality, and certification support. Today, our services revolve around compliance management software, specialized training, and end-to-end support services that help organizations achieve and maintain compliance with international standards. Through our platform interlinkiq.com, we offer an integrated compliance management system that streamlines documentation, monitoring, and audit readiness. We also provide dedicated compliance and certification support programs for FSVP, PCQI, SQF, BRCGS, FSSC 22000, ISO 9001, GMP, and HACCP, helping businesses strengthen their regulatory compliance, enhance operational efficiency, and ensure alignment with global food safety and quality management standards. This week, we will focus on the food safety and quality culture plan as outlined in BRCGS Clause 1.1.2. Gaining a clear understanding of this requirement is essential to achieving and sustaining your BRCGS certification goals. In today's session, we will begin by familiarizing ourselves with food safety and quality culture plan. We will start with a clear description of the requirements, followed by a walkthrough of the compliance action activities, which are tasks carried out on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and semi-annual basis to ensure ongoing certification readiness. We will also discuss the importance of the annual review and internal audit activities, which serve as checkpoints to verify the effectiveness of the program and maintain continuous improvement. After this section, we will open the floor for a Q&A session, giving you the opportunity to clarify requirements and ask questions related to implementation. During the session, if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box so we can address that at the end of the training. As part of this training, you can access a free 90-day trial of our BRCGS certification management software. This tool helps streamline compliance tasks, assign accountability, and keep audit-ready records. It's also a great way to prepare for BRCGS certification, as many participants use it to get familiar with the BRCGS standards and practice spotting compliance gaps before an official audit. Finally, upon completion of this training, each participant will receive a familiarization training certificate. Clause 1.1.2 Food Safety and Quality Culture Plan. Please take a look at the description and the screen. It says, senior management shall define and maintain clear plan for the development and continual improvement of a food safety and quality culture. The plan shall include measures to achieve positive culture change, such as defined activities involving all relevant sections of the site that impact product safety, covering at minimum, first, clear and open communication on product safety, training, employee feedback, behaviors required to maintain and improve product safety processes, and performance measurement of activities related to product safety, authenticity, legality, and quality. An action plan indicating how activities will be undertaken, measured, and their timescales, and a review of the effectiveness of completed activities. The plan shall be reviewed and updated at least annually. You may update or edit the description as needed, for example, to reflect revisions when new BRCGS editions are released in the future. To implement this requirement, the action items are outlined in the Compliance tab. This section supports the food safety and quality team leader or the site technical or quality manager by organizing tasks according to frequency, whether they are conducted daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or semi-annual. Here are some examples of your compliance action items. For your daily activities, these include reinforce food safety expectations during pre-shift huddles or toolbox talks, observe staff behaviors and GMP practices, and report unsafe behaviors immediately, encourage open communication. Staff can raise product safety concerns anytime. Ensure behavior audits or checks are documented when deviations are noticed. Post or update food safety messages on notice boards or digital boards. Conduct spot checks on training effectiveness like short Q&A or quick check-in with employees. Collect employee feedback in a form of informal conversations or feedback lag. Recognize and reinforce positive food safety behaviors observed in teams. Conduct formal food safety culture surveys like short questionnaires, pulse checks, or small group discussions. Review KPI data related to culture, such as GMP compliance, percentage trained, or audit findings. Hold a cross-functional culture meeting to evaluate culture progress and identify gaps. Provide a formal update or communication from senior management on culture performance and improvements. Conduct a comprehensive management review of the food safety and quality culture plan. Evaluate effectiveness of activities completed, such as training, communication, or employee engagement. Update the culture plan or the culture action plan with new goals, timelines, and responsibilities. Review and revise KPIs and measurement tools for continuous improvement. Train or retrain senior leadership and FSQA team on culture expectations and roles, and document outcomes and ensure records are available for BRCGS audit evidence. Basically, this serves as your checklist of compliance activities that you need to perform. You can either add your own compliance action items, or we can preload all required activities for you to perform. Excuse me. Now, to complete these activities, we've provided work instructions and compliance activities in the instructions and evidence section. So let's take an example, the question or the action item, observe staff behaviors and GMP practices and report unsafe behaviors immediately. Let's click on the view option here to see the work instructions on how to perform this specific action item. So it includes the steps that you need to take as well as the required artifacts or records to document completion. So to observe the staff behaviors and GMP practices, first you need to conduct routine GMP observations. This can be done by walking the production floor and actively observing staff behaviors related to hygiene, PPE use, hand washing, allergen control, and foreign body prevention. The artifacts and records that will be used to monitor these observations can be in the form of GMP observation checklist or daily inspection logs. Next, you need to identify and record unsafe or non-conforming behaviors. So you can do this by immediately noting deviations such as improper hand washing, eating or drinking in production areas, or incorrect PPE usage. Artifacts or records that could be used in conducting this activity is either non-conformance report or observation notes. Next, you need to provide on-the-spot coaching or corrective action. So this can be done by intervening immediately when unsafe practices are observed and explain correct behavior and reinforce expectations. So you can use the corrective action lag or the coaching or awareness record. Next is escalating serious or repeat issues. So this can be done by reporting significant or repeated unsafe behaviors to supervisors or management for disciplinary or retraining action. So your artifacts or records that you need to complete are escalation reports or HR or training intervention records. Next is to verify compliance trends. So this can be done by tracking observation results on a weekly or monthly basis to identify recurring issues and areas needing refresher training. You can use the trend analysis reports or management review inputs. Next is feed into food safety culture plan. So you can use the observation data as part of the food safety culture monitoring, reinforcing staff accountability. The artifacts or records to be completed are culture monitoring reports and meeting minutes. So to complete this specific action item, you need to upload specific supporting document or artifacts such as record or forms as evidence of compliance. So for this same action item, observe staff behavior and GMP practices and report unsafe behaviors immediately. You could complete the GMP observation checklist. So we have here a sample of the GMP observation checklist. This checklist reflects the site's ongoing commitment to observing staff behaviors and maintaining proper hygiene practices to strengthen food safety culture. So as you can see, there are 21 total observation points, and out of 21, 19 were found compliant, while 2 showed minor non-compliances. So the first non-compliance is found on the personal hygiene observation area, where one of the operator's hairnet was not fully covering the side hair. So the corrective action taken, the operator was reminded and re-instructed on proper use, and the incident was properly logged. Another example of non-compliance involves two operators seen talking and leaning on equipment during idle time. So this was corrected and promptly addressed through a reminder on appropriate conduct and discussion with the line supervisor. All findings were recorded and follow-up actions were planned to reinforce GMP awareness and consistent compliance across all staff. So this is just an example of your evidence of compliance to complete a specific compliance action item. Your goal is to complete all compliance action items and provide supporting evidence, turning every no into yes to ensure full audit readiness. These documents can also be retrieved and presented during an actual audit as proof of compliance. Once again, these are simply examples of compliance best practices that you can adapt in your facility. You may also customize or develop your own action items tailored to your specific processes. Next, let's go over the annual review tab, which also serves as your gap assessment tool. This tab is designed as an internal audit checklist in the form of questionnaire aligned with BRCGS standards. So it lists all the required annual review items to help you maintain compliance with BRCGS certification requirements. Under the Food Safety and Quality Culture Plan, annual review questions might include the following. First, has the Food Safety and Quality Culture Plan been reviewed within the last 12 months? Does the review evaluate the effectiveness of completed activities like communication, training, or employee feedback? Were updates or adjustments made to the plan based on the results of the review? Does the reviewed plan include defined activities involving all relevant sections of the site? Is there an action plan in place showing how activities are undertaken, measured, and with defined timescales? And were outcomes of the annual review documented and communicated to relevant staff? So let's take one annual review item as an example and see how compliance is demonstrated. For example, let's consider the question here. Is there an action plan in place showing how activities are undertaken, measured, and with defined timescales? So let's check on the work instruction first on how to perform and complete this activity or this annual review item. So to make sure that there is an action plan in place and it shows activities which are undertaken, measured, and with defined timescales, the FSQA or the team leader must do the following. First, review existence of an action plan. So you can do this by confirming a documented food safety and quality culture action plan uh, are in place or is in place. And then ensure that it outlines activities, responsibilities, timelines, and success measures. So you need an action plan document with approval and sign off records. Next is to verify the defined activities. So check the activities within the plan like training, toolbox talks, surveys, awareness postings, or behavior audits, and make sure that they are clearly listed. So your artifacts or records include activity schedules or departmental assignments and communication plans. Next is to check measurement methods. Ensure that the plan includes how each activity will be measured, like attendance percentage, survey completion rate, audit scores, or GMP compliance rate. So you need the KPI reports, key performance index, monitoring logs, survey data, audit trend charts. After that, you need to review the timescales. So you need to verify the timelines or the deadlines and that they are clearly defined for each activity. And you also need to confirm progress are or tracked against due dates. So your artifact or records needed here are either your Gantt chart, project timeline, or your progress tracking lags. Next is to assess progress tracking and reporting. So you need to ensure that results of completed activities are compared against the plan targets. And you need to confirm any deviations like delays or missed activities are addressed via CAPA, corrective and preventive action. Your artifacts or records involved here are your progress review minutes, your CAPA logs, or your management review reports. Finally, you need to confirm updates to the action plan. So you need to verify that the plan is regularly updated based on reviews, culture survey results, or performance metrics. The artifacts or records that you need here are your revised plan versions, change logs, or communication records. Now, to show compliance to this annual review item, you would need to upload records proving that this that you have the action plan in place. So we have here the food safety and quality culture action plan. So as you can see, this document outlines structured and measurable activities aimed at strengthening the organization food safety culture. It details how each activity is undertaken. So you have here the activity, how it is undertaken, how it is measured, what is the time scale and the frequency, who are the responsible persons, and what is the status of the plan. It also includes or specifies the last review date as well as the next scheduled review date. It shows that performance metrics, management reviews, and culture survey results are being assessed to update the food safety and quality culture plan. So this is just an example of how to comply with the action or the annual review item. This simple functionality helps you measure compliance progress while also preparing your site for both internal audits and external BRCGS certification audits. Now let's move forward to our Q&A session. We encourage you to ask any questions related to today's topic on BRCGS Food Safety and Quality Culture Plan. You may type your questions in the chat box, or you could email us at hello@consultareinc.com. Additionally, you may also schedule a one-on-one BRCGS coaching session for personalized guidance on implementing and maintaining compliance with your site's BRCGS requirements. Let's wrap our training session. This concludes our training on BRCGS 1.1.2 Food Safety and Quality Culture Plan. Your training certificates will be sent directly to your registered email addresses. We also invite you to join us again next week as we discuss our next topic, objectives for food safety and quality. We also invite you to join our other free certification familiarization training session every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Central Time. Topics include FSSC 22000 certification, SQF certification, FDA food code, foreign supplier verification programs or FSVP compliance, and 21 CFR Parts 117 and 111 compliance or CGMP for human food and dietary supplements. For those who have not filled up the free certification familiarization sign-up form, please feel free to do so and specify if you wish to get your 90-day free account. If you have any questions, clarifications, or feedback regarding today's training, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at hello@consultareinc.com. Thank you for your participation, and we wish you a pleasant day ahead.